Simon here and welcome to another episode of SNES Chronicles. Darius Twin, yet another shooter. And looks pretty much like every other. I find the colors rather bland. For some reason, they just don't pop out. Sprites are still beautiful, but there are not that many kind of enemies. One thing that's notable is there were never really any slowdowns. And that's a rare thing for a shooter, especially on the Super Nintendo. Music is entertaining, but not as memorable as other similar games. You collect power-ups. No, really? Blue is for shield, very useful. You lose your shield gradually when hit, but when you pick up an upgrade, it will upgrade it and refill it. Red is for primary weapon power-ups. And green is for secondary weapons, which shoot diagonally. As you pick up more of these, they get stronger and stronger, eventually maxing out. There's two kinds of primary weapon, the photon power disc and the segmented laser wave beam. I'm not making things up, this comes from the manual. And the only way to switch weapon is to pick up switch weapon power-ups. But be careful not to switch from laser to disc. The disc might seem faster to upgrade and larger, but the wave is the only one who can pierce through enemies. What's really nice is you keep all your upgrades when you die. This is a big plus here. And you also don't return to the start of the stage. There's no continues though, but still it's a much smoother experience than other shooter which will return you to the start and might remove all your weapons, depending on the game. So in this you upgrade your ship all throughout and never have to restart from scratch. At the end of the game, your ship should easily be fully upgraded. Enemies tend to be much more resistant than other shooters, and faster, but they tend to move in a set pattern, so sometimes you're better finding a good spot and not move at all. You can really cheap out some bosses with that. Levels tend to be pretty short, but you can choose your own path on the map. There's not that much choices, and unfortunately the levels tend to be very similar. Something I didn't really realize about the Darius series before is everything is a fish or a lobster or some kind of sea monster. It's quite easy compared to pretty much every other shooter. Could be interesting for someone who's starting to play these kind of games, or if you just want an easy experience. All in all, it's a solid shooter. But there's so many of them, why play this one? Because it has 2-player co-op! Yes, co-op! I'm a big fan of co-op games, and I'm happy, and a little sad, to say that this is the first co-op game on the console. And no, I'm not counting sports game. See you soon, and remember, have fun, peace! If you appreciate, please like and subscribe. There's also a Facebook page, and every episode is available in French.